C.s.w presents Incarnation Red.
Episode 16. Door. Just walking home. The streets are quiet. Cars hum their way past. A lone sack of groceries swings at my side. The sound of my footsteps claps down the street, but the ground isn't. So hard. So solid. Tonight. My building comes into view. The door is open. It's a few suspended seconds before I process it, understand it. My eyes widen, my heart wakes up. I quicken my pace down the sidewalk, close the distance between myself and the building in seconds, and I see it in full. The front door is ajar, the vestibule dark and unlit. I grab the knob, throw the door open further, and duck into the lightless room, then throw the door shut. I squint in the darkness for the light switch, find it, and flick on the single bulb dangling from the ceiling. The vestibule is small, just a brief square of space for the mailboxes to hang, hardly bigger than a closet. On the left side is the staircase to the other units, and on the right side is my door. Almost directly parallel with the front door. Less than a yard away. Nothing but darkness behind the window near its top. I grab the knob, turn, shake the whole door in its frame. It doesn't budge. I exhale in relief. It's locked. I don't know why I would have left my door unlocked anyway, but I withdraw my keys, unlock the door, and step inside. I lock the door behind me. I slip off my shoes, my jacket, hang my keys on the rack. I drop my sack of groceries on the table, then turn on the entryway light. I peer down the length of my apartment. The entryway light only goes as far as the kitchen entrance, after which it is pure black. I sit on the couch, turn on the television. A late-night sitcom talks back at me, but it's on mute. I reach to turn the volume back on, but then stop myself, put the remote down. I watch it without the sound. When it comes time for bed, I turn off the mute television, turn off all the lights, double-check that my door is locked, and the front door too, then settle myself into bed. Sleep comes slowly. I dream. The next morning, it's my day off. Gentle summer sunlight is a mist through my windows. City sunlight. Never too blinding or direct, distilled just to its thinnest, gentlest self. I turn on the television and watch the morning news, turn up the volume a bit, pour myself some cereal, listen to the various stories playing one after another. Fundraisers. City council elections. General morning broadcast material. I finish my breakfast, stretch lazily. Figure I'll go to the gym today, maybe go by the post office. At the thought, I'm reminded to check my mailbox, so I stand up and fetch my mailbox key off the rack, then unlock and open my door. I open my mailbox and fish out 2 envelopes and a postcard ad. Nothing interesting. I close the mailbox and lock it, then turn to re-enter my apartment. I turn around and look at the front door. It's closed, which means it's locked as well, automatically. Its red finish is vivid in the sunlight. Its silver knob glints. I close my apartment door, shaking my head at the memory of the previous night. The nighttime had me a bit paranoid, I suppose. I mean, it's not like my door was open too, or even unlocked. Had that been the case, I would have dialed the police or something, but it was soundly locked. No reason to be so nervous about it. Upstairs, I hear my neighbor moving around, their footsteps muffled and heavy, the wood crackling beneath them. I suppose it must have been him, or them. I have yet to actually meet whoever lives up there. It must have been them who left the front door open. Irresponsible of them. I suppose it was an accident, but still. We don't exactly live in an unsafe environment or anything, but you really shouldn't just leave the front door, the door that leads to all of our homes, wide open. Who knows how long it had been open before I saw it. In any case, it's closed now. I take my empty bowl and rinse it in the sink, then get dressed for the gym. I lock my apartment door behind me, then open the front door to a bright, shimmering daylight. The next day, going to work is difficult. Every task, every order is only present at a disconnect, static in the background. There's something I can't quite identify, something keeping it all distant from me, closing me off from the things I see around me. Cubicle, desk, computer monitor. It's all there, but I just can't keep focused on it. So that night, meeting up with some friends at our usual walking distance spot, I overdo it a little bit. Just need to open myself up a little. Let some of that stress out. When I get home, the vestibule is a shade darker beneath a drunken haze. I fumble the keys out of my pocket, then my apartment door swings open a little violently, slams against the wall as I stumble forward into the dark. I slip off my shoes rather clumsily, and, consciousness somewhat difficult to hold on to, I try and speed up my nighttime ritual so I can get to sleep before waking up too hungover tomorrow. I take off my clothes in the bedroom, then step into the bathroom. I turn on the lights, close the door. I brush my teeth, wash my face, grope blindly for the hand towel, press it into my face, squeeze the moisture away. I let my eyes close gently in the warm, wet pillow. Then I lift my head, look up at the mirror, but before my eyes can even find my own, they find that the door is open. It's open. But I closed it. But it's open. I approach it. Touch the edge, pull it fully open. I stick my head out, look from right to left, left to right. I walk hastily down the length of the apartment, through darkness and walls I can't see, and practically collide with the apartment door. My hand is seizing the knob milliseconds after, but it's not moving. It's locked. It's locked. That doesn't stop me from pulling, trying it 3-4 more times, but I kind of smile to myself as it dawns on me what I'm doing. I can try 5-7 more times if I like. It's not going to change. The door is closed and locked, and I need to go to bed. Right away, apparently. So I turn around and head back toward the bathroom, and its door is now closed. I am more conscious now of the darkness in the room. It kind of surprises me. I hadn't noticed that nothing, in fact, was lighting the room. Makes me wonder how I even managed to find the apartment door with no light lighting my way after I closed the bathroom door. It's strange. Better turn that light off so I can go to bed and dream on my own time. I walk across the living room, reach the bathroom door. I put my hand on the knob, turn it, push the door open. I look at the hand towel, still on the sink. I look at the shower curtain, mercifully pulled back. I look at my toothbrush, still drying on the vanity. I don't look at the mirror. I am so drunk. Wow, I need to get in bed. I am so tired I can barely stay conscious, let alone remember which doors I did or definitely did not close. But man, I'm really wiped, and I'm still sweating from the alcohol, and good God, the sweat is cold, but I'm turning off the bathroom light before I know it, and I'm just going straight to the door, the bedroom door, going straight to the bedroom and opening the door and falling into the darkness and pulling the door shut. I get in bed. I pull the covers up to my chin. I turn over onto my side, facing the window. I press my eyes shut. Is the door closed? I wonder. Did I close it? Did I? I did. I know I did. I remember doing so. I remember the click of the bolt into the frame. I remember the dull thud of wood against wood. My hand still feels the vibration in its palm. But what about the apartment door? What about that one? I just have to check. I just have to make sure. There's nothing wrong with being sure. So I check. And it is shut. And locked as well. Just like it is the second time I check. And the third. And halfway through the fourth, I have to stop myself and ask why I care so much. Especially with the front door closed and auto-locked as well, who is going to come into my apartment? My neighbor? No. No one's going to enter. But I just think it'd make me feel better to sleep with a knife. I just do. So I fetch the large one from the wood block, settle back into bed. And I'm right. My eyes close a little easier. The darkness doesn't bother me so much. I don't even mind the loud, creaking footsteps of my upstairs neighbor who must have just gotten home for the night. I wonder if they closed their door too. I dream again. And in this dream, I see a door. Or at least the outline of one. Light gleams through the gaps at its edges. It is blurry and difficult to make out in a dim yellow light, and when I first see it, I get the impression that I am looking up at it, then lowering my head with each step, like it's getting lower as it's getting closer and closer. I recognize it too, but I'm not sure where from. I'm awake. I look at the clock, and it's already 10 past when I should have left. I throw myself out of bed and practically onto the floor, scramble up to a stand and stumble toward my closet. I throw on clothing almost at random, assembling some slapdash definition of acceptable, then open my bedroom door. Daylight blinding my still bleary mind, I rampage out to the entryway, fetch my coat from the coat closet, squeeze on my shoes and thrash the strings into a knot. I march back to the living room to pick up my bag, then rush back into the entryway, out the apartment door, and toward the front door, which is open. My teeth set themselves on edge. I turn over my right shoulder, my eyes sliding to one end of its socket, staring up the staircase, where my neighbor is. I drop my bag in the vestibule, turn on my heel. I walk swiftly up the steps, quickly pivot around the 3 corner turns, come face to face with their door. I call for them, tell them I would like to speak with them. I tell them that I need to speak with them now regarding the front door of the building. I even consider telling them that I can hear them. They're inside the apartment. My hand rises to knock again. But I'm running late. I turn and storm back down the stairs. And before I know it, I'm home again. Opening and closing the front door, opening and closing the apartment door, opening and closing my eyes as they try to recall a single thing that happened at the workday I just left. I know it happened. It's a whole 9 hours later than when I last stood in this apartment. I must have done work, surely, or else someone would have eventually said something. Something I could remember, but the only thing I can remember is what happened inside of me. The fixation vexing me all day. The subject that would not leave my mind. I know it's locked. I know it's designed to lock, and I make sure to lock it. I know that regardless of whether or not the front door is closed, locked, cracked ajar, wide open, or removed at the very hinges, my door is locked. So why can't I stop thinking about it? I sit on the couch with gravity, toss my bag onto the floor. And there they are again, walking around their apartment, making my ceiling their floor, opening their door so loudly, making such an exhibition out of it, even though their door opens so much more easily and quietly than mine does. What are they trying to say? Are they trying to tell me something? Trying to say that their apartment, this building, my home, really, is theirs to tread upon freely? That if they want to leave that goddamn door open, they can do so however often they please? Even if it means someone entering my home? Even if it means my safety being compromised, hell, even their safety? After all, who's to say that they should feel safe? If someone entered my home, well, they may as well have entered my neighbor's as well. I'd drop my face into my palm, grip the edges of my features. I don't know what it is. This kind of fixation just doesn't make sense. I mean, who else goes around their daily life, wondering to themselves all day whether or not their door is unlocked at home, or not even their door, but the door that comes before their door? What kind of question is that to cause so much damn anxiety? I don't understand it. I've seen that front door left open just twice now. Why am I so afraid of seeing it a third time? I mean, just one time is all that's needed for something to get in. Just one time. Meaning that, well, if we're being honest, it means that if something was going to enter my home through that open door, it already has. It's already here. With me. In this apartment. In this room. I take a few deep breaths, hold on to the arm of the couch and clench it because in the wake of this thought, I feel the world spinning and surfaces are beginning to blur and fog until all the world is one uncertain mess. And I struggle to find a shape to take refuge in, let alone the shape of a door. If you are willing to kill, but the other isn't, then you are most powerful. If you are both willing to kill, then you are equals. If you are not willing to kill, but the other is, then you are in a position of weakness. For this reason, it is best to always be willing to kill. I am in my bed. I am lying face up, staring at the ceiling. The room is dark, but the bedroom door is open, and the light glares in from outside. Outside. Now I am standing and blinking and realizing that my body is doused in sweat. Cold sweat. Outside the kitchen window, it is nighttime, and the clock tells me it is a whole 5 hours since I got home from work. Squinting and somewhat dazed under the light of the kitchen, I walk into the living room, also lit. Past the bathroom, also lit. Then, with no particular inclination moving my feet anywhere else, into the also lit entryway, where my apartment door is closed. And the front door the lights are not on. None of them are. The whole apartment is dark. In fact, the whole world seems darker through that open door. so dark that I can hardly even see the door itself. Just the world that waits behind it. And it's not long before my door is open too. And I drift almost weightlessly past the threshold into the dark vestibule. With no real thought or impulse moving it, my hand reaches out for the light switch, barely able to even feel it as I flick it, but it doesn't change anything. The bulb remains dead, empty. Empty of light. And I feel much the same way. My lip quivers beneath eyes that cannot blink, cannot stop staring, open as the door in front of me. The cold sweat that has clung to my flesh is more viscous by the second, and something inside of me is in an endless spasm. But there's not much else to do, really. The door is open. Someone left it open. So someone needs to close it. I step forward. Through the door. Look outside. I turn my head from side to side, but nothing is there. Just me. So I grab hold of the knob and withdraw back into the vent. What was that? My eyes scour the room for anything that could have been capable of the sound I just heard, but all there is the door. As if the door itself made that sound. They're home right now. I turn over my shoulder, eyes rolling into the tops of their lids, up at the dark staircase. Wonder who left the door open. And I'm holding something. I'm holding something. Of course. The kitchen knife I've been sleeping with for some reason. Some purpose. What purpose? I begin the ascent, taking each step carefully, quietly. And with each step, a new question asks itself. Like, what kind of person would do this? Why would they intentionally leave the door open so many times? What is it they're trying to do to me? Are they trying to fool me? Trick me into leaving my door open so they can come in and find me? Or are they simply opening our homes, my home, to whatever lay out there and letting it do its work upon me so they can outlive me? Assuming it is intentional. And I do assume that.
Because who would be so clueless, so naive, to leave a door wide open like that repeatedly? Me, is it? Do they think I'm that clueless, that naive, that I wouldn't suspect them, wouldn't have been watching them every step of the way, day and night? No. I know it's them. I know it is. I know it's them because if not them, then who? But the questions stop there. I'm not going to open that door. No. No, I'm going to open the door in front of me. Their door. I finally reached it. How poetic, I think. They leave the front door open just fine, but won't open their door for me. I raise the knife. The knife bounces off the wood, slips out of my hand and down the stairs. I scurry after it, chase it down as it settles on the landing, obscure moonlight glinting off its blade. I grab it. My neighbor's door. It occurs to me that I should really just go and leave and get the hell back in my apartment behind a locked and closed door, behind a reality that holds together if only slightly. So I sprint down the steps, practically collapsing down them, swing myself clumsily into the door, and grab the knob, and it's locked. It's locked behind me, and I can't. I thrash at it again, clamp my fingers tighter into the metal, but it makes no difference. The thing is locked, or it's fighting me. The door itself is fighting me, matching the tightness of my grip with the stubborn refusal of its knob, and something smells so rotten and close. I look into the window of my door. I look through the glass into my darkness. I look to see who is holding the door shut, but there's nobody. No one inside. Not even a silhouette. Not even. I suddenly realize my reflection. I don't see one. I don't have one. All I see is the front door reflected in the glass as it slowly opens. But the ceiling of my living room, it's not a door. It's not a door at all. And that's what I'm looking at. That's all I'm looking at. I rub my face, sit up. Looking around, I see that I'm in my living room, on the couch, where I had sat down after work. And I'm still wearing the clothes I wore to work. I scan the room from one end to the other. It was just a dream. I check my phone to see what time it is.
It's past 2 in the morning, long after I should have settled into bed. I must have fallen asleep here after work. That's unusual, but it's not. It's not. In any case, I need to get ready for bed immediately. I stand up and walk out, turning off the living room light. I close the bedroom door. I strip off my clothes, plug my phone in, and set my alarms. I turn on the ceiling fan to hopefully dry the sweat still holding my skin. And I get in bed. I'm not wondering if I locked the door. In fact, I don't really care if I did. Even if the door was unlocked. What's going to happen? I'm not afraid. I still brought my knife to bed. And as I raise it, rising out of bed, eyes locked on the flailing doorknob, the question meets me. I don't know what's real anymore. I don't know what I'm doing, what I'm dreaming, what I'm doing in my dreams, or what I'm doing while I dream. In this oblivion, this cyclone of shattered senses, I can ask the question with a fullness of voice, with the sheer purity of madness. What has entered my home? What came through that door when it was left open? And did it ever enter that open front door, or my apartment door, or the bedroom door I am so close to right now, knife raised at the ready? Or did it enter my door? Did it enter the door inside of me? The door even I'm not able to unlock? Did it get inside? And what? What even is it to begin with? Well, I think, as I raise my other hand to the turning knob, letting it in may be the only way to find out. I grab the knob and pull the door open. And there's nothing behind it. And yet, the knob continues to turn after I've pulled it open. It continues to flail violently, with nothing there to turn it. And it's not alone. I step through the animate door and look down the length of my apartment to see that all of the doors are doing the same. Wide open, knob turning, over and over with nothing but thin air to do so. The entryway door, the front door, and illuminated by the only light in the apartment, the bathroom door. I move toward it. I go toward the pale light. I enter
turn my eyes on the room around me. I look at the hand towel. I look at the shower curtain. I look at my toothbrush. And slowly, I look into the mirror. Now I understand. Doors. They're not meant to be closed. No. No, they're meant to be opened. It's all so obvious, I don't know how I missed it. When the only thing that ever scared me about an open door was that it was closed to begin with. In fact, now that I think about it, it was never what was behind the door that I feared. It was the door itself. But I'm not afraid anymore. Now I can hold the kitchen knife with a certainty of its purpose. Now I can walk up the stairs leading to my neighbor without any reason to retreat. Now I know the secret. That we are all of us, doors ourselves, waiting to be opened. Like I was opened, left open, for something to walk right inside of me. Now I want to open their door. I want to open them. And I want to see what's inside of them. And when I finally reach their door, I find it so funny that once again, they forgot to lock it. Happy Halloween, and welcome to Season 2 of Incarnation Red. I've got a lot of frightening, deeply unsettling material in the pipeline. I am so excited to share it with all of you, and I hope you're excited to listen as well. Incarnation Red is created, written, narrated, and edited by C.s.w. The opening theme was written and performed by Annika Hansen. All music and sound effects used in this podcast are created in-house from scratch. For more information and updates, join our Facebook group Friends of Incarnation Red or follow our Facebook page Incarnation Red, as always READ. For more information than that, you can follow me on Twitter at CSW_horror or visit my website cswhorror.com. For behind-the-scenes looks and other scary content, you can follow me on TikTok or you can follow me on Instagram at Incarnation Red. Thank you for listening. And don't worry, you haven't heard the last of Dr. Adam Dwyer.